Hey y'all, and welcome back to another new video. Today we are talking about how to become an animagus. So all the steps that it takes to turn yourself into an animal. And before we get into it, definitely don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And check out my link tree to see all the places that you can find me. And yeah, without further ado, we can jump into the video. So the first step to becoming an animagus is to do your homework in Transfiguration and Potions, because those are the classes that you're going to need to have a lot of skills and to succeed and to even stand a chance at becoming an animagus. So pay attention to those classes and don't slack off. And then the second step is basically like the start of the process. So the first thing you need to do is carry a single mandrake leaf in your mouth for an entire month. And if you chew it, if you swallow it, any of that, you have to start the whole month over. So then you need to find a crystal vial and put that gross leaf inside of it, as well as one of your own hairs, and then a silver teaspoon of dew from a place where neither human feet or sunlight have touched. So maybe like a cave or something, and you need to leave that in like a quiet, dark place for 7 days. After that 7 days, you need to take the chrysalis of a death's head hawk moth and add that to the vial as well. And then you need to leave that alone until the next electric storm, and you really have to leave it alone. You're not even supposed to look at it, or even think about looking at it. You just have to leave it completely alone until the next electric storm, so like a storm with lightning. And while you're waiting for the storm, every single sunrise and sunset, you need to place the tip of your wand to your heart and repeat an incantation. And the incantation is Amato, Animo, Animato, Animagus. So you need to say that to yourself every single sunrise and sunset with your wand tip to your chest. And eventually you might sense something called a second heartbeat. So I guess your heart beating two different heartbeats inside your body, like the heart of the animal. And if that starts happening, that's great. Don't stop, just keep going. So the night of the next electric storm, so the next lightning storm, it is the day of transformation. So as soon as you start seeing lightning, you need to go get your vial, and if you've done everything right, it should be a blood red color, and you're pretty much ready to begin. So you need to move yourself to someplace where you're not going to hurt anyone or hurt yourself during your transformation. And then you need to place your wand tip against your heart again and speak that incantation, Amato, Animo, Animato, Animagus again, and drink that potion. I'm sure it will not taste very good. And you will then feel a fiery pain and an intense double heartbeat. So that's when the transformation is starting to take place. And the shape of the creature into which you're about to transform is going to appear in your mind, and you can't be afraid, and it's basically there's no going back at this point. And I'm not sure if you get to pick the animal you transform into or not, or if it maybe says something about you, like you transform into the animal that kind of is representative of who you are. I'm not really sure. And then once your transformation is complete, you have to put your wand, put your wand somewhere that it's going to be safe and go be an animal. And once you're ready to turn back, you have to picture your human self very clearly in your mind. It might be hard the first time, but I guess the more often you do it, it's going to be easier and easier. And once you first begin, I think you have to do that placing the wand tip to your heart, picturing the animal, saying the incantation thing to transform, but eventually you'll get so good that you can just slip in and out of it at will without even your wand. So that's pretty cool. But there are some things that you have to be wary about, and it can often, so first of all, this process can often go wrong, and it goes horribly wrong if it goes wrong, like being stuck halfway between human and animal, which there's no known cure for that, so if that happens to you, you're stuck like that forever. And then also just know that the first transformation is usually uncomfortable and frightening, and you shouldn't wear clothing like jewelry or glasses, because sometimes they meld in with the animal's fur, scales, or spikes and gets trapped like that. And when you first transform, you need to try to avoid panicking, because the animal mind kind of is more primitive, and you might do something stupid or dangerous if you're anxious. And usually people transfigure with their clothes, so your clothes becomes a part of you, and they'll be back on you when you transform again, so you won't have to reappear naked. So I hope this video is fun and interesting, and sort of a deeper dive into one of the areas of Harry Potter that doesn't get fully explained in the book series ever. This was written by the Wizarding World team on the Wizarding World website. So I really hope you found it interesting, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, bye y'all.